Hello everyone, welcome. This is John Cottrell of MBODY Yoga and this is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice and welcome. So 60 minutes of vinyasa flow means we are going to be moving and moving with breath. And you might sweat a little bit. It is hot outside if you are in Salt Lake City. But so go ahead and grab some bottled water, nice cool refreshing drink as we get ready for our practice. Now let me show you what we're going to be needing for our practice and then I'll tell you what we're actually going to be doing for our practice. Now all I think you need is probably just a couple of blocks. Just something stackable might come in handy here. You might also want to have something soft underneath you, like a blanket, or if you don't have a blanket, even a towel. But if you don't have either of those things, you can even just fold your mat. There are just some poses where you're going to be sitting a little bit and even be on your knees and hands a little bit. So if you need a little extra cushioning, you can go ahead and use some props for that. So what are we doing today? So this is a class that I've called Heart Openers 2.0. So I'm calling it that because in yoga, heart openers are typically back bends. So we are going to be doing back bends, but not your typical back bends. I put together a fun sequence full of kind of a variety of ways to do back bends, but really think of them as heart openers. So we're really opening up the front of the body. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and start our practice. So I invite you to stand nice and tall near the top of your mat. Your feet are about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. If that feels okay for you, you can always take the feet a little wider, even to turn the toes out a little bit if that feels a little bit more comfortable for you. Just be sure that you're standing nice and tall, firmly connected to the ground. Even distribution of weight. So there's a nice balance right here. Your arms can just relax down by your side. You might want to give your shoulders a little roll here. And as you're doing that, just getting tuned in with your body, and go ahead and tune into your breath. So you might start with a few deep breaths in and out, breathing in through your nose. You can exhale through your nose or exhale through your mouth. If you exhale through your mouth, you can create a nice soft sigh. And do that a couple more times. And then just settle into slow, steady breaths in and out. As you find stillness in your body, you might close your eyes and continue your journey inward. You can also keep your eyes opened. You might take a soft gaze forward or even downward at the ground. And taking these slow, deep breaths. I want to breathe in a way where you can feel your breath and hear the sound of your breath. Keeping this awareness as we prepare for our moving practice, Heart Openers 2.0. Just to bring a little bit more awareness to the breath, you'll want to inhale and just feel the breath rising upward, filling up your lungs, nice expansion in the upper body. Then exhale, draw navel inward toward your spine, engaging the abdominal lock. So again, as you breathe in, we're filling up the lungs. And since this is a heart-opening practice, really think of this also as a heart-opening expression. Then as you exhale, connect to your center, draw navel inward toward your spine. We're creating the abdominal lock. And just do that a few more times. Just get that awareness and feeling. Hold on to this connection. And just take 3 more breaths now as we prepare our bodies to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Reach high, big stretch. And exhale, we'll fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Just make your way down towards your toes. Nice forward fold here. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Slide your hands to your knees or thighs, lengthening through your spine. We're going to exhale and fold again, and we'll briefly hold this position. Some deep breaths. We can even think of this as the counter pose to back bends, a forward fold. So here you might even think about and feel the sensation of breathing into your back body.
Nice expansiveness in your lungs, but think of breathing into the backside of your lungs. 2 more times, deep breathing. And from there, go ahead and shift your weight back towards your heels, bend your knees a bit, look forward to help extend the spine. Then we'll inhale, standing up, reaching up into the sky. Another big stretch here at the top, and exhale, bring your arms back down by your side. Let's just hold here for a moment. Let's go back to rolling the shoulders. Since our heart opening practice is going to involve shoulders as well as opening up through the chest, we want to make sure we have some mobility here. So maybe some circles backward and maybe some circles forward, just to bring awareness to your arms and shoulders. And we'll go through that half salute once again. Whenever you're ready, inhale, extend your arms all the way up, reach high. Exhale, lead with your heart, fold forward, good bend of knees, hinging at the hips. Make your way down. Inhale, rise up halfway to extend your spine. Exhale, fold. We'll hold here briefly. Maybe a couple of breaths, like once again breathing into back body. Deep breaths here. And then when you're ready to move, shifting weight back into your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Using your arms, reach out and then rise up. Reach up nice and high. Inhale. And exhale, arms back down by your side. Now you can just hold here in stillness. You can always go back to making those circles with your shoulders if you'd like. And then we'll continue with our Sun Salutation, Series A. When you're ready, inhale, reach all the way up, lengthening through your spine and side bodies. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. On this exhale, bend your knees enough to place your hands on your mat, and we'll just step both feet back here to plank pose, a high push-up position. Let's take several breaths here. Inhaling for length. Exhale for strength by drawing belly button up towards spine. One more time, inhale. And with this exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips up into the air, guiding yourself into downward facing dog. Just a little shortcut from plank pose. Take a moment if you need to adjust your feet on your mat, perhaps your hands on your mat. Press firmly into the ground with your hands. So you feel the length and strength in your arms. Notice your shoulders, nice and square, stabilizing the upper body. A nice lengthening in the spine as your hips are lifting up towards the sky. There can be a slight bend in your knees. Breathing deeply, filling up your lungs and back body if you're able. And when you exhale, draw belly button in towards spine to engage. One more time like that. And let's get ready to move. Another full breath in. And on the exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet back up to the top of your mat to a deep forward fold. We'll inhale, lift up halfway. We'll call it monkey pose. Exhale, back down, moving right away. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing. Let's reach high. This exhale, let's move right away into chair pose. Utkatasana, a chair-like position right here. Let's breathe in with a little bit more extension out through the arms. Exhale, dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the mat, walk, step, or even hop both feet back into plank pose. Once again, just find that strong straight line in the body. Breathe in. On the exhale, we'll finish the push-up by bending elbows. Lower your way down. Chaturanga Dandasana. For your back bend, move into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale onto your toes, lifting hips into the air, downward facing dog. Take a moment to arrive in the pose, making the adjustments with hands and feet. Maybe you take a breath. And we'll continue the lunge sequence, part of this sequence. Inhale, reaching the right leg up into the air. And your exhale to step your right foot up to the top of the mat or near right hand. Turn left heel to the floor behind you, planted firmly into the ground. We'll inhale, hinge your way up, reaching up into the air with your arms, warrior one. We'll exhale to hinge and fold forward, bringing hands back down to the ground. And step your right foot back, plank pose. Bend your elbows to lower your way down. We'll inhale to upward facing dog. You can always do cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Quick adjustments. Then inhale to float left leg up into the air. Reach strongly through your toes. Exhale, let's step the left foot to the top of the mat. Turn right heel to the floor behind you. Make that strong base. Inhale, float the arms up as you hinge up from hips. Warrior one. We'll exhale to fold, bring hands back down to the floor, and step back plank. Let's finish the sequence coming down chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog, or your preferred back bend right there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's pause. Arrive in the posture, take a couple breaths. And we'll take our first back bend, which is bridge pose. So you can just kneel down and then take a seat or hop forward, cross your legs and take a seat. Make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat and go ahead and roll down onto your back. You're going to lie down with your knees bent, feet plugged into the floor here. You can even take a moment to kind of soften the body and relax. Return to the awareness of breath, taking a couple of deep breaths. Now, bridge pose is a typical back bend. This would probably be more in that Heart Opener 1.0 class. And like I said, for this class, we're taking some variations of some back bends and calling it 2.0. So we're going to inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, engage belly to give energy to the body. Then lift hips up into the air. And that's the first part of our bridge. And you can stay just like this if this feels right. You can even slide blocks underneath you to sit on for a variation. Or to get the upper body involved, rock your upper body left and right a little bit to get your arms and shoulders underneath you, just to create a little bit more opening up through the chest space. And to stabilize the body a bit more, I've been bending my elbows just to press the backs of the arms or triceps down into the floor, just to help stabilize and lift a little higher. Deep breaths. And as you're able, breathing into that upper area of the chest, up near your collarbones, the upper region of the lungs, the front side of the lungs. And of course, bridge pose is an opening for the whole front side of the body. So just kind of pay attention. Thighs, hip flexors, waist, low belly, and of course, chest and heart. 2 more breaths. Very dynamic pose, lots of energy in this position. And then wiggle your toes forward a little bit, extend the arms straight up into the air. We're just making space in the back body so we can roll back down to the ground. And once you've made contact, go ahead and hug both knees into chest. And start your rocking forward and back, because we're going to be sitting up in a moment. Return to the awareness of breath. When you've got a good exhale to give you energy to move, rock your way up. Let's come to boat pose. You can do this with feet lifted. You can also do this with feet on the ground if you'd like. I like to start with bent knees and hold on to the legs with the hands to really lift myself up, inhaling to do so. Again, bringing breath up the body towards chest and lungs, exhaling to engage belly. You can hold on. You can certainly let your hands go free right here. Okay, before we move into the next posture, so bring the heels to the floor, bring feet to the floor. Let's take cobbler's pose. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You can hold on to your shins or ankles here. First, just sit up nice and tall. Nice and tall here. We're going to hinge forward just a little bit, just a slight angle. You don't have to go too far down because we're going to do a different variation of this pose. But just to hinge forward, because this is what we typically do, just to get into the inner thighs. Good length in the spine, so be sure you're sitting up nice and tall at this slight angle. Take one more breath, and we'll turn this more into a heart opening posture. All right, we're going to rise back up so we're nice and tall. Let's bring hands behind, right here. Hands on the floor behind you, perhaps with the fingertips pointing to the back of your mat. What you'll do here is just push into the floor with the hands and really feel the chest open and move forward. You might even tip your chin up a little bit like this. By pushing down into the floor, you're also slightly lifting torso up out of the pelvis. You might find that the knees drop open a little bit more.
And so this is a heart opener. Nice hip opener and heart opener. But we can take this even further if you'd like. Keep pressing into the floor. And with an exhale, press into the floor, but then lift hips off the floor. Really opening up the hips. Shoulders are back, chest opening, tipping chin up. A little bit more dynamic. And then take a seat. Good. So that'll be one of our heart openers. Either just leaning back, opening chest, or lifting hips up off the ground. All right, let's return to boat pose. So let's bring the knees together, lifting feet, maybe arms out front this time, like so. We're going to move right away. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Hold plank, straight line in the entire body. Shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees, lift your hips into the air. Let's continue with the lunge sequence. Inhale, extend right leg up. Hold for a moment. Feel this nice extension. We're going to open this up. Bend the right knee. Bring your right heel down towards your backside, lifting the knee up towards the ceiling a little bit. Bit of a twist. Inhale. Exhale, let's unwind and step right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel plants into the floor behind you. Find that even distribution of weight. Then inhale, float arms up into the air, warrior one. And our exhale into a warrior two. Go ahead and situate yourself here. Make any adjustments with the feet and legs so you can arrive in your posture and hold for a couple breaths. Nice energy through the arms. Even though this isn't really a back bend, I consider this a heart opener just because it's open here. We've got the legs in a lunge for the hip opener and the arms extended. Let's take this to side angle. Reach forward. Rotate the arms. Bring right arm down, left hand up into the air initially. We're going to change this slightly. But nice opening again. Just kind of a part two of warrior two. Because we're just angling the upper half of the body and just extending the arms up and down. Let's add a heart opener by bringing left hand down behind you to low back. Just to low back is fine, or even left hip right here. Roll the left shoulder back and open, and even imagine, or even a slight twist as if you're going to turn to face the ceiling, your whole torso. It may not turn a whole lot, and it doesn't have to, but you might even just turn your head. So you're maybe looking up at the ceiling if that feels okay on the neck. Just to kind of open up a little bit more through the front body. Now we'll inhale, re-extend left hand up into the air, look up at the left hand, and then on the exhale we'll turn, hands to the floor. Let's step back, plank pose, hold. Shortcut to down dog, bend knees, hips into the sky, re-extension of spine. Then the other side, inhale, extend left leg up, bend your knee, bring left heel down towards backside, a simple lift of the knee up towards ceiling. The next time we come through this is going to be slightly different. But just feel this hip opener and slight rotation in the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, let's unwind it. Step through, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the ground. When you're ready, float up, warrior one, reaching into the sky. Exhale, here's warrior two. Same thing, just make some adjustments with the feet. Nice wide stance. Heart opener by taking the arms out to the side like so. So warrior two. Then side angle, so we're reaching forward. Rotate the arms. Up and down now. You can always reach down and closer to the ground if you like with this left hand, or bring in those stacked blocks or whatever you're using as props there if you'd like. Again, experience the opening of the chest. Let's do that a little bit more by bringing right hand down behind you to low back or even right hip. A circle of this right shoulder back, hold it back, even feel like you're rotating your torso open a little bit, and it won't move very far, but then turn your head towards the ceiling. And again, if you can't see all the way up, that's okay. If you have limitation in the neck, that's fine. Just turning the head a little bit. Then we'll inhale, re-extend right hand up into the air, look at the right hand, and exhale, turn.
Bring hands back down to the floor. We'll step back into plank pose. Hold plank, strong straight line. It's a nice way to realign the body here. We'll just take another shortcut to down dog. Bend knees, hips into the air. Hold for a breath or two. Feel the squareness in the shoulders. Nice alignment there. That's going to change a little bit later. Let's breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend spine. We'll fold on the exhale. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up to standing, reaching up into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. We're going to do a few things here in standing. First will be tree pose. So go ahead and come back to that nice balancing sensation, standing tall, 2 feet grounded. Take a breath. And then you're ready for tree pose. And start by shifting weight into your right foot, pressing down into the floor. Inhale to fill up lungs and heart space. Exhale, engage belly so we can float left foot up into the air. And then swing knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of your standing legs. We have a nice hip opener and, of course, a balance. We're going to inhale, take the arms up into the sky. Reach, lift, open. Inhale as you do so. And your exhale, continue to connect to your center body, drawing navel to spine, the abdominal lock. We're not going to hold here too long, but just an introduction to balancing, because one of our heart openers will be a balancing pose. All right, keep arms extended. We'll swing left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Plant the foot down onto the floor and arms back down by your side. Give your shoulders another circle here. Roll them backward a couple times, and then maybe forward a couple times, just to loosen them up, and let's keep them loose and opened. When you're ready, we'll go to the other side, tree pose, vrikshasana. Shifting weight now into left foot, it's planted into the ground. We're growing tall with an inhale. Exhaling to connect to center, we'll float the your right foot up. Swing the knee out to the side and placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. Steadiness there. Then your inhale, let's take the arms up into the sky and exhale, connect to center. Holding steady as you're able, but if there's a little wobbling or if you need to step out of the pose, no worries at all. Just a couple of deep breaths in and out just to keep the focus. Concentration, awareness, and connection. Let's keep the arms in the air. We'll swing right knee forward. Lift your knee with the flexed foot. Plant the foot into the ground. Arms back down by your side. One more circle of those shoulders. Backward and forward. All right, here's our next standing position. I'm just turning sideways for this. We're just going to inhale, take arms up into the sky, reach high, big stretch. Exhale, bring the arms down slowly, but as you bring them down, start to reach back behind you, like that. Just reach back. Hold that for a moment, reach, and even squeeze to center. Imagine maybe you're holding on to something between the hands, and it's just behind you, so the hands are active, arms are active. Put a slight bend in the knees, just so that the back doesn't get strained here. As you're able, interlace fingers behind you. If you can't, no worries. Just keep reaching dynamically back to the back corners of your mat. But if you're able to interlace fingers right here, and even reach back or down mostly with the knuckles. But you want to be aware of the shoulders here. We still want to roll the shoulders back and even squeeze shoulder blades together. And you'll feel kind of the chest expand through the pectoral muscles, the front portions of the shoulders. Just a couple more breaths here. Good. Let's release the fingers, reach out, reach up, and then exhale, bring the arms back down by your side. All right, let's go through a flow. There is another balancing thing we're going to do a little bit later, but that's kind of the warm-up. Let's do another flow. Mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the sky. Both arms. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, bend knees, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, plank pose. Bend elbows, lower your way down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog, and as you're able, squeeze shoulder blades together behind you, opening up through chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, arrive in down dog. Hold. We're going to inhale, extend right leg up into the air, hold. Bend the right knee, bring heel down towards backside, and lift knee towards ceiling. Okay, hold that for a moment, and just notice the squareness of the shoulders. Now, there might be a natural tendency to kind of dip a little bit towards left hand and left shoulder. Well, let's do that intentionally now. By actually bending left elbow as if you're going to bring elbow down to the floor, but don't. Just a little bit of a bend, just so you can see if you can actually twist open a little bit more towards the right side of the room. So this is one of our heart openers, slightly different. We're going to inhale, exhale to unwind it, step right foot to the top of the mat, Warrior 1. Plant the left foot, rise when you're ready. Opening Warrior 2. Right away side angle, reach out, rotate arms, right hand down, left hand up, extending top to bottom, but bring left hand down behind you. Same thing. Left hand to low back, roll left shoulder back, turn torso, turn head towards ceiling, just to open up through front body. Even feel like your belly, chest, and even your pelvis is kind of pushing forward a little bit. That back hand is like giving you a little nudge and pushing you forward, just to feel this back bend-ish feeling. Inhale, re-extend left hand up, look up at the hand, turn, hands to the floor, step back, down dog. You're going to sweep the right leg back and up into the air. So you're in down dog, right leg into the sky, straight line. We're going to take this to pigeon. So bring right knee to the floor, behind right wrist at an angle. Left knee can come down. Use the left knee and toes, crawling the left leg back, shifting your body back so you're settling into the hip release. Here's our pigeon pose. Pressing into the floor, inhaling to find some extension of spine. Exhale, even crawl forward a little bit. Crawl the hands forward. You're welcome to come down to elbows. You can even lower your head down to the floor if it reaches. I like to bring in a block. I bring in a block and rest my forehead on the block. That way, my spine stays pretty straight here in the position. This feels quite comfortable. So check in with your legs. The left leg is extended back behind you, getting some release and opening in the left hip flexor, but pay attention also to the right knee. If it's aggravating the knee in this position, you can always do an alternative pose. You can flip over onto your back and do the kind of the reclining pigeon version, lying on your back, crossing right ankle over left knee, hugging the legs in towards body. And you'll still get that hip release on the right side. 2 more breaths here. We're going to do a different version of pigeon on this side. So after that second breath, just slowly rise, just press up onto the hands. Hands at first will still be kind of in front of you like this. Then you're going to bring your hands kind of by your side right here, even up onto your fingertips right there. So you can push into the floor to lift torso up like so, like you're doing upward facing dog. Use the hands, press down. See how my arms are straight up and down here? You want that leverage so you can lift up to really get that spaciousness in the low back. And even tip the chin up a little bit. So a nice heart opener there, because it's the back bend. And then just take a seat off to the right side a lot, so you can bring this left leg around to the front. Come back to cobbler's pose. You might have to reposition yourself on your mat here. Hands behind you. Remember that version we did earlier? Roll shoulders back, tip chin up. Inhale to expand lungs. You can lift up off the ground if you'd like, but not necessary. There's our back bend. And then boat pose. So lean back, so you can bring the knees together, lift feet. We're going to move right away. Inhale. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Complete the series, chaturanga. Up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. So that was a pretty long sequence. Let's see if we can do it on the other side. We're going to inhale, extend left leg straight up and back, hold. Bend the left knee, bring heel down towards backside, lifting knee up towards ceiling a little bit. Still feel the alignment in the shoulders, but there might be that natural dipping sensation towards right elbow and right shoulder. We're going to do that intentionally. Start leaning to your right, bend right elbow as if you're going to bring the elbow to the floor, and notice how you can actually kind of open up your body towards the left side of the room. Your left foot even feels like it's moving towards the right side of the room to create a little bit more opening as well. Inhale. And we'll exhale to unwind it and step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel to the floor behind you. Rise up when you're ready, Warrior 1. Exhale, open, Warrior 2. Right away, side angle. Reach forward, rotate arms. A nice inhale to extend arms top to bottom. Exhale, right hand down behind you to low back or right hip. Roll right shoulder back. Open up through torso. Turn your gaze upward. Push pelvis forward. There's almost a leaning back quality. Do that in a way that feels okay in your hips and low back. We'll inhale, re-extend right hand up into the air. Exhale, we'll turn. Hands to the floor. Let's take it back to down dog, sweeping the left foot back and up into the air. And then pigeon. So we're bending the left knee so we can bring left knee down to the ground behind left wrist at an angle. Right knee comes down to the floor. Use right knee and toes to crawl back. Sitting into that comfortable little pocket right there. Breathing in to extend spine. Exhale, crawl forward and go as low as you'd like. It might just be a little bit. Or come down to elbows. Or head down onto the floor or a block or cushion. We'll take several breaths here. Again, tune into body and breath. Be aware of the sensations here. Same thing, if this is not quite right for your hips or your left knee or left ankle bones, then you may want to flip over onto your back and do the alternative. And that's fine for this. Deep breathing so you can really get into these releases. Again, this could be considered kind of a counter pose to the back bends, or even preparation for back bends, since this is a forward fold. Take 2 more breaths. Then take your time to rise back up onto your hands. Reposition your hands so they're more by your side. Push into floor, lifting chest. You want that leverage so your arms are straight up and down. Heart open, shoulders back, tip, chin up. That might create a little bit more sensation in that right hip flexor, even the left inner thigh. There's our back bend. Release carefully. Sit down to left side. Swing right leg around to the front, coming to cobbler's pose. Reposition your seat. Hands behind you. I'm going to do the lift this time. So pushing into floor, lifting hips. Even feel like you're sending them forward. Shoulders back, tip, chin up, heart opener. Then the exhale, you can take a seat. Boat pose. Lean back, knees together, lift feet, extension of arms. Still moving. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment to feel that nice realignment of spine. Hands pressing strongly into the floor, strong straight arms, aligned shoulders. Because there is that segment we did just a little earlier where we go off center and the shoulders become unaligned. All right, go ahead and bring knees to the floor. This is where you might want to have some padding if you need it for hands and knees. Let's do cat and cow. You're going to inhale, lift head and heart, arching the back a little. Exhale, round. And do that as many times as you'd like. Take your own pace. So this is nice because it's a nice undulation of the spine. It incorporates the back bend by opening up through the heart. That's cow. That's the inhale. And then the exhale is that counter position, rounding the spine, broadening the back, and even that navel pulling up towards spine. All right, take one more breath in and out. We'll pause just in a neutral tabletop right here. We're going to add on. Tap your right foot Swing the right foot off to the right side a little bit. Lean over to the right side. So you can extend the left leg back, lifting the knee, keeping toes on the ground. Keep leaning to the right so we can take the left hand into the air so that it opens you up sideways. Nice extension. Reach up with the left hand and then overhead with the left hand, reaching towards the front edge of your mat. Flex your left foot, flex it, then lift the foot. You want to flex the foot, which will engage the muscles of that leg. Reach in these opposite directions. We're going to turn this into a heart opener or back bend. Bend the left knee, bring the heel toward your back side, and take this left hand like a windshield wiper up and down and back. And if you can, catch or just touch the left ankle or foot or shin, and then take the foot behind you. You're just taking it to the right side of the room behind you. As you're taking it backward, send your heart and chest forward towards the left side of the room. Be aware of balance. This does take some balance. Heart opener 2.0. Let's release, re-extend, drawing the straight line. Overhead like so. Turn, come back to hands and knees. Let's take a little break. Let's get off the hands. Sit back into hero pose. There's a lot of pressure on that stabilizing hand and arm. So you might want to do a counter pose there, pressing the tops of the hands into the floor. I like to wiggle the fingers a little bit. That's always quite therapeutic for that as well. Okay, just hold for a moment in hero. We're going to go do the other side in a second. And then come back to hands and knees when you feel ready. We'll tap the left foot, swing that left foot off to the side to create our kickstand and balance, leaning to the left side. Extend right leg back, lifting the knee but keeping toes on the floor initially, and then opening the whole front body towards the right side of the room. Right hand reaching up into the air. Reach high, and then overhead to get that line in through the side body. Flexing the right foot to energize that right leg, flexing those muscles so you can lift the leg and hold. Really extend and reach in these opposite directions. And then we create our back bend. Bend the right knee, bring heel to backside. Windshield wiper the arm, up, down, and back, finding the foot if you can. Grab hold, and then move or send the foot to the wall behind you. Pushing belly, chest, and hips forward. Not too forcefully, just enough where you feel like, oh, this is certainly a back bend. Sometimes I call it a sideways back bend. Let's release, re-extend the leg and arm overhead, then turn hands and knees back down to the ground. This time let's just take cat and cow again. Couple breaths, inhale, look forward, arching the back, back bend. Exhale, round. That should feel good right there. 1 or 2 more times as you like. We're going to kind of mimic that pose that we just did, that sideways back bend, in a different posture. Come back to down dog. Step your hands forward a little bit. Tuck your toes. Lift knees, then hips into the air, down dog. Take a breath. Feel that nice elongation through spine. When you're ready, inhale fully. Exhale, walk, step, or jump both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, extending spine. Exhale, fold, some more relief for the back body. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come up to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Very nice. Circle the wrists just to get that tension out of the wrist after all that balancing on the hands. Go back to the shoulder rolls there too. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just going to turn this way. So we're going to incorporate the balancing, arms extension behind us, and that sideways back bend that we just did. Okay, just follow me. We're going to start with the tree pose prep. Alrighty? Start shifting weight into right foot. Inhale, get tall. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, engage belly. Lifting left foot. Hold. Take your left hand, catch the shin really low, kind of down near the ankle. And then take this foot back behind you. Okay, like that. Hug the legs in towards center body. You might want to put a slight bend in the right knee so you're not locking out the knee.
So you're more in the muscle of the leg. So I'm just holding onto the ankle. I'm actually going to move my hand more towards the top of the foot. Now I'm taking right hand and reaching behind. If you're able, grab the foot. And then extend, like sending the foot back to the back end of your mat. Shoulders will pull back, chest opens, and if you've got the balance, you can even tip the chin up. Okay, so this is one of our back bends, heart openers. Okay, look forward. Let's release. Bring left foot to the floor, grounding. Take both arms up into the air, lengthening, arms back down by your side. Now, it's okay if you aren't able to grab the foot with both hands. If that's the case, just hold on to it with one foot and the other arm can just reach back. Let's try the other side. Let's go for the tree pose prep to get ready. Shifting weight into left foot. Nice and tall. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, engage belly. Let's float the right foot up. Maybe lifting it high enough so we can take right hands, slide it down the shin, maybe down to ankle, and then send the foot back behind you, like so. So basically the thighs and maybe the knees are aligned once again like you were in standing. I'm holding onto the top of the foot. Put a little softness in the left knee. This could be the end of the pose, or even start just reaching back with the left hand like this. That could be the end. If you're able, grab hold of the foot if you can reach. Then send the foot back behind you. Ooh, balance. There we go. Reaching back. You can feel how the front body just opens as you send the foot back and even tip the chin up a little bit. That takes a little, that's a challenge because it shifts your balance. Look forward. Just bring the leg in, release the foot down to the floor, plant it, both arms up into the air, and then arms down by your side. All right. So something new, something challenging for us to try. All right, let's see if we can add that into the mix. Grab a sip of water. I'm just going to adjust my yoga mat. Because what we'll do is we'll do that I'll just call it a standing back bend. Standing back bend, what we'll do, we'll release the foot and step back into a lunge. Okay? So let's come back to our mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths. Feel free to roll those shoulders again. You can see how we're involving shoulders in this practice. Alrighty, so here we go. Shifting weight into right foot. We're going to immediately, what we'll do is just pick up the left foot, bringing knee forward, catch the shin or ankle, send the foot back. Right hand reaching back, catch foot if you're able. Find the balance here. There we go. And then sending the foot back, opening up through chest. You can look forward or look up. Inhale to feel that expansion in the front body. As we exhale, you can release that pull of the foot, bring it back into neutral so you can release the foot and then step back onto the toes, reach arms up into the air. You'll be in a high lunge. Open, warrior two. Let's reverse the warrior, taking right hand up into the air, reach right into side angle, right hand down, left hand up, inhale. Exhale, left hand down behind you. Let's roll left shoulder back, opening up through chest, feel the pelvis push forward, look up. Inhale, re-extend left hand up into the air, turn, bring hands to the floor. Let's take it back to down dog, right leg up into the sky, reach. Bend and twist. Dip that left elbow towards the floor to really feel this opening through the body. Unwind it to pigeon pose. Right knee to the floor, angled leg, left knee to the floor, crawl back. Rather than folding forward, bring the hands to the side parts of the body here so we can lift into this back bend of pigeon. Look up. Look forward, sit off to the right side. Bring left leg around. Cobbler's pose. Hands behind you. Lift or just stay seated, but just tip the chin up, open chest. And then boat. Inhale here. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog.
Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for a moment to arrive. Full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet to the top of the mat. Once there, inhale, extend spine. Then fold. Weights in the heels, bend knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Let's do that same sequence other side. So we're building this flow. Shifting weight into left foot. Lengthen spine, inhale. Core engaged, exhale. Float right foot up. So we can catch the shin, ankle. Swing that leg back. Make sure you're stable. I like to hug to center. That'll help stabilize. Then take left hand behind. Grab foot as you're able. Send foot back, opening up through chest. Inhale to expand. Exhale to soften. Bring it all back into neutral so you can release the foot, but then step back, landing in the lunge, high lunge, arms up into the air. Opening warrior two. Reverse your warrior, left hand reaching up. Okay, and then side angle, left hand down, right hand up. Inhale for the expansion. Exhale, right hand down behind you. Roll right shoulder back. Turn torso. Look up, pelvis pushing forward. Inhale, re-extend right hand up. Turn, hands to the floor. Back to down dog. Left leg extends up and away. Bend and twist. Bend the right elbow. So we get that opening sensation. Unwind it. Pigeon. Left knee to the floor. Angled leg. Right knee to the floor. Crawl leg back to find the center. Reposition hands to center. Push, lift, tip chin up, open chest, inhale. The exhale is to soften, sit to left side. Swing right leg around to the front, cobbler's pose. Hands behind, open up through chest. You can lift or just stay seated. Breathe in, find that nice expansion. As you exhale, you can release. Lean back, lift feet, extend arms, boat. Cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back, plank, come down, chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. So that's the majority of the sequence. Go ahead and bring knees to the floor, sit back into hero, or take a seat, get a sip of water so I can demonstrate the one segment that we didn't insert, okay? So what we did, you can just relax for a second. Let me just do this. So so you have a visual, I'm going to go to the tree pose prep, but I'm going to catch the ankle, send it back here, hug to center so I have some good balance. Then reach back with the right hand so both hands have got the foot. Send the foot back, opening up through chest. That's an inhale to expand through chest. Exhale to come back to neutral, soften that so I can easily release the foot and then kick it back, land on the toes. High lunge, warrior two. I'm just kind of fast forwarding this. Side angle, here's the back bend or just opening up through front body. Now here's the change. Left hand comes up, turn, hands will come to the floor. Here, rise up onto tiptoes. So we're in this runner's lunge right here. We're bringing left knee to the ground in this case. Swing the left foot off to the left side. Lean to the left so I can sweep this right foot back like this. And this will take us into this segment here. We got that sideways back bend, that same opening of the body. Then we'll return to hands and knees, cat-cow, ending in cat, down dog, and then we'll take that right leg up, continuing through that segment. So we're just inserting the kind of that sideways back bend, okay? All right, so that was your rest. Let's come back to down dog, and we'll go through that whole sequence again, adding that new part. So down dog. Breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthening spine, and a fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come to standing, reach into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. Alrighty. Take a couple of breaths. Standing tall, mountain pose. This is the beginning of our sequence.
Okay, we're just going to see if we can flow right through this. Take your time, adjust, modify, rest anytime you need to. Start with a little softness in the knees. That's always nice. Here we go. Shift weight into right foot. Long spine. Inhale, engage belly on the exhale, lifting left foot. Catch the shin with the left hand, kick it back. Squeeze to center line so you've got some balance. Take right hand behind you. If you can grab foot, grab hold. Send the foot back, open up through chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, come back to neutral. Release the foot. Step back, high lunge, arms up. Opening warrior two. Reverse your warrior, right hand up. And then side angle, right hand down, left hand up. Inhale for the extension. Left hand down behind you. Roll left shoulder back just to get a little opening here. Here's our heart opener 2.0. Inhale, re-extend left hand up. Turn hands to the floor. Here's the new part. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you so you're in a runner's lunge. Set left knee down. Make a kickstand with the left foot. Lean to left side so you can sweep that right leg back, opening up sideways. Right leg's lifted, right hand's reaching overhead. Draw that straight line, and then bend the right knee, heel to back side. Catch foot or ankle or shin if you can. Open it up. Sideways back bend. I'm just calling it that for reference. Let's release, re-extend. Turn, hands to the floor. Cat and cow. It's actually cow and cat. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Stay in cat, tuck toes, lift knees and hips, down dog. Inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist. Bend left elbow so you can open up towards right side. Heart opener 2.0. Unwind it, right knee to the floor, pigeon. Left knee comes down, crawl it back, find your center. Reposition hands, press into the floor, lift. Opening up through heart, you can lift the chin. Soften, take a seat, sit off to the right side. Bring left leg around, cobbler's pose. Reposition body as needed. Hands behind you, open up, certainly lift the hips if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, sit. Boat pose. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hopper, step back, plank, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Jump or step both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend spine and fold. That's the first side. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up to standing, reach high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Right away, start shifting weight into left foot. Soft knees, both knees soft. Weights in left foot. Pick up right foot. Kick it back. Catch the shin or ankle. Hug to center. Left hand reaching back to catch the foot. Send the foot back, opening up through the chest. Inhale to expand. Exhale, neutral. Release foot, step back, high lunge, arms up, inhale. Exhale, open, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, left hand up. Side angle, left hand down, right hand up. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand down behind you. Roll right shoulder back, look up, push pelvis forward to open up. Inhale, re-extend right hand into the air. Turn, hands to the floor. Runner's lunge, lift that back heel. Set the right knee onto the ground. Make a kickstand with the right foot. Swipe or sweep that left leg back, turn sideways. Left arm reaching overhead, straight line. Sideways back bend. Bend the knee, reach back. If you can't reach the foot or ankle, no worries. Reach back with that foot, open up through chest. Release and re-extend. Turn, hands and knees to the floor, cow and cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Tuck toes, lift knees into the air, or lift hips into the air. Inhale, extend left leg up, bend and twist, bend right elbow, so you can kind of turn open towards left side of the room. Pigeon, unwind, left knee to the ground. King pigeon pose, so hands are by your side. Push down to lift up, back bend, even tip chin up. That's an in-breath. Exhale to neutral, take a seat to left side. Right leg comes around, cobbler's pose. Reposition your seat. Hands behind you. We'll inhale, maybe lifting hips. Tip chin up, open chest. Take a seat. We're going to stay here. Take a forward fold.
Several breaths here. We'll end the sequence here. Just a counterpose to all those back bends, heart openers. Rise up until you're nice and tall in your seat, right here for a moment. And then slowly maneuver your way down to the floor. Sit in the center of your mat, roll down and back, hug knees to chest. Again, another counter pose here. So just kind of think back. That was a pretty quick sequence. We went through that quickly. Very dynamic. Different variations of heart openers. Lots of balancing, turning sideways in some fashion. And now just some forward folds here. So just hugging knees to chest. Some circles if you like, if that feels good. So you can just kind of tune into breath. Now you're welcome to take another hip opener here, or leg extension, or twist. Actually, let's go ahead and add the twist. Let's take the knees over to left side, extend right arm off to the right side, just to bring some relief to the low back after all those back bends. Just 3 breaths. I just want to give you a little bit of time in Shavasana. Keep tuning into breath. Maybe you're not back at baseline just yet, but soon we will be. So you can just relax completely. Come back up to center. Hold here for alignment. Knees to the right, left arm to the left. Deep breathing. Each breath just helping you to calm down, ready for relaxation. You've done your work, and it was incredible work, all that heart opening. Let's come back up to center. One more hug of the knees into chest. And we'll finish in Shavasana. Extend the legs out in front, arms down by your side. You might even turn your palms up. And just settle in. Just make any maneuvers in the body to help you completely melt into the ground. You're welcome to keep your eyes open, just gazing up into an imaginary sky, or maybe you are looking up at the sky. Or close your eyes to take a journey inward. We'll take some nice, slow, deep breaths. Even though we're not in a back bend, this too is heart opening. And just remembering, back bends physically, yes, are back bends, but intentionally, it's a way to open your heart, maybe as a way to receive all those things that you've been wanting, desiring, or needing. Or maybe you're opening your heart because you have abundance to share. You have something to share. Feel free to stay in this lying down position as I begin to close the practice. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Feeling movement return to your body, or maybe you're still lying in stillness, please feel free to do so. And when it is time to move, take your time to roll onto either side of your body, briefly holding in this nurturing pose. And continue the movement in slow motion to rise to seated. Come to a comfortable seat. Nice lengthened spine as you sit up nice and tall, maybe crossed legs. Arms relaxed down by your side. And one more movement together. We'll inhale, extend the arms up into the air. And as you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Hold here in stillness. Return to the awareness of breath. Your hands are at heart center, this heart opening practice. Giving, receiving. And as we come to the close of this practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.